and kiss them all soundly.
Lights out.
Good night.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
You're watching Recipe.tv, featuring the world's greatest chefs.
All right, we're live?
Yes.
All right. Hello, everybody. Trent has gone off to sleep, or to try to sleep after a very hectic night. Where do we start here? So let's start with praying for everybody who's been impacted tonight. This was mainly meant to do, one, because we've got a few more storms, one of them that was briefly rotating, that's just why we're coming back on here. But really, I guess just to do a quick recap and a little just peaceful update, because we've been getting barraged by people who want to go to bed, wondering if we're done. Not quite yet, but there's a lot of recovery. Let me get my clicker. I don't have the clicker to go through this. That's going to need to happen here. We'll leave all out the meteorological everything, but all I will say on this is that this will probably be, could you turn on the magic track, Kaylee?
Yeah.
This is probably going to be in the top for longest tracking tornadoes ever. I mean, it's already on the top list for here, but right now and tonight, in the next few days and weeks, is not about the wind speed. It's not about the meteorological, how crazy it was on radar, even though it was insane. It's about, we've got people that are still trapped. We've got search and rescue ongoing in Mayfield, the candle factory. Jack Kane was there, and he came back and said it looks like a war zone. We've got deaths from this in, where was that, Kaylee? Obion County?
Yes, we had one death in Obion County and
in Obion County. We have
Lake County,
unconfirmed reports of injury and damage in the Sandburg area. We've got what we hope is nothing bad in the morning from Mayfield, but unfortunately I don't know if we can say that at this point. We're praying for all of those people that are either trapped. If you don't know, we still have people that were trapped at the candle factory in Mayfield. We've got people, let me read you some other updates here. I believe there is a tornado victim shelter at Mayfield High. If you're just seeing this and you're in the area, there is a tornado victim shelter set up at Mayfield High. Not Graves High, Mayfield High. This started in Arkansas. We've got damage from Lake County. Tiptonville, Tennessee is wrecked. Sandburg is wrecked. Mayfield is probably the hardest hit out of all of this, which is horrible. Southern Marshall, I've had reports. I'll read you one of the many here. Parts of the Moores area is gone or severely damaged. The Moores area along the lakes. Princeton, still trying to get things out of Princeton. If you've got comments in here, please put them in here. Dresden hit hard, yeah. So the live update is that, let's go through the live update quick, and then we'll get into a quick little review. So if you're in Illinois, all clear. If you're in Missouri, all clear. If you're Paducah to Graves West, all clear. Where we can't sound the all clear yet is the Pennyrile down into Stewart County. There's 2 active tornadoes right now heading towards Nashville and Clarksville. We'll go through those for you in a second. And there's a tornado out here that demolished parts of Bowling Green. All that I've gotten from Bowling Green right now is that there's very little communication inside and out of Bowling Green. But in terms of what's actively happening right now, I still can't eliminate the threat that there could be something, in terms of a very brief warning or something, a strong wind gust or, this is really not going to produce a tornado here. But anytime we've got a line like this and any little kinks on it, we're keeping a very close eye on it for there to be any more, possible EF0 or a spin-up tornado here. Nothing imminent here at the moment. I believe we have our radar site back. A quick analysis here. There's some darker shades of green which indicate they have just the winds blowing faster next to one another. But relative to what we had earlier, we're good. So a quick check, we've got that one line of storms, eastern Callaway, southeastern Marshall, up to Princeton. It's some strong winds, lightning, and rain. We're going to have the Weather Center here manned all night, so know that nobody here is leaving you totally out on a limb. But the chances of this turning severe are very low. It's not zero. Once this clears, Princeton, Cadiz, Hopkinsville, Crofton, Aurora, then we can sound the all clear. And that's when the tornado watch will be dropped. But there's not going to be anything else that forms west of this line. There's a violent situation still to our south. This is in parts of Stewart County. That's a tornado warning. That's radar indicated now, thankfully. That's a tornado warning. That's radar indicated. We had a massive thing go through Bowling Green. I'm not even going to go through meteorology because it's just not the time or place. But this was the radar at 9:28 when Trent and the two of us were on, the three of us total. It does not get, that is as high as it gets. That's a debris ball. That was it curling in. We're praying for everybody in Mayfield. If you need help, please help each other out. Reach out to us. We're going to do everything we can. When the sun comes up tomorrow in Mayfield, I fear for what we're going to see. Jack Kane got this of the courthouse in Graves when he was there. The short time that him and one of our photogs was there, said that it looks like a war zone and there's roofs off of buildings. The police department, we know, has taken a hit. The courthouse has taken a hit. The candle factory, there's people trapped, which the candle factory is actually on the southwest side of Mayfield. This was the radar at 9:28. So the candle factory is actually, I believe, somewhere in here, which would have taken a direct hit from the analysis of the radar. In real time, we were telling you what it was approximately because we had a whole slew of issues with graphics and the radar going down. So the fact that we were able to still trudge through and Trent was able to trudge through with you with one radar is, I'm glad we had that to save lives. But the debris in that was, I think, over 35,000 feet at one point, which you correlate that with the strength. This was an EF4 or an EF5 tornado at one point. We've showed you that already. This, some of you might not have seen. We've got a bazillion photos we're going to go through with coverage tomorrow. This was taken looking, the canal is over here. This is not a flash. There's no flash bulb here. The light that's in this photo is coming from probably a combination of more so power flashes than lightning. But that's your tornado. I mean, we had a wedge tornado rip a 200-plus mile path from 3 states tonight. This is the loop of that radar earlier. We've got Tiptonville, extremely hard hit. Sandburg, Casey in Kentucky, the proper of Casey. It made a beeline for Mayfield. It looked like at one point it was going to make a beeline for Benton, but it missed. At least it was really the north side of Benton. This is what it looked like when it was in Mayfield earlier, but that's really not the point right now. The point is recovery, helping each other out. We've got shelters set up. So in terms of if you just missed it or have just checking in, we've got tornado victim shelter, right? Mm-hmm. In the Mayfield High School. But I'll let Kaylee go over some of that with you in a second. I just want to show you the hour by hour real quick. there's your last line of storms, because I know a lot of you want to know when you can go off to bed and be in peace. Once that little line of storms that's in eastern Callaway and Marshall County exits, this will be it for tonight. And we can sound the all clear, and you can sleep in peace. There's not going to be more storms that form. Now, Nashville to Bowling Green is a very different story. If you have family or loved ones there, you have to check in with them that they know even at this late hour of the night or morning. And then by tomorrow morning, it's going to be clearing, it's going to be windy, and it's going to be feeling cold. There could be a sprinkle in the morning, but for cleanup, which is going to take a long time, and the fact that we've lost lives, it's been a deadly night from this one tornado, which will be rated at maximum intensity as either an EF4 or an EF5 in most likelihood, but the rating at this point is irrelevant. The fact is that this will be one of the longest tornadoes, not just for here, but in the history of the United States, A. And B, the intensity of this thing was just insane. How it did not cycle and was on the ground violently for that long. So that's the hour by hour. I'm going to toss things over to Kaylee here real quick. You have a couple of things you want to, couple of more reports and the shelter Kaylee's going to go over. So Kaylee, what do you got?
Yeah, so no, I'm just following the Facebook chat. A lot of people commenting on the damages in their backyard. Yes, definitely pray for Mayfield. We've had quite a few reports down there. We do have 2 or 3 confirmed deaths. One is in the Obion County area, and also 2 others are in Lake County. And things have just changed the past couple of minutes. That tornado watch has expired for half the local 6 area. And I want you guys to know, we have not sounded the all clear just yet. We are still tracking some strong storms in the southeastern portion of the area. So I'm just looking at your guys' comments here on the Facebook page right now, where it's saying quite a few power outages. Let's see. Yes, a lot of people talking about the candle factory. We have quite a few people trapped down there. Crews are working as much as they can to save as many people possible as they can. It's a very unfortunate situation down there. And in fact, the governor has issued a state of emergency for Western Kentucky. He's looking to speak within the next hour and a half here on Local 6. So make sure to tune in for that. He's deployed the Kentucky State Police and also the Kentucky National Guard. So there's quite a bit of damage in the Local 6 area. I'm trying to see some exact comments. You guys are commenting quite a bit. Let's see here. Again, we are not in the all clear for everyone just yet, but like Noah mentioned, southern Illinois, southeastern Missouri, parts of western Kentucky, you guys are fine as of now. We're still talking about some strong storms for the eastern half of the area. And let's see here. And yeah, they have opened up some centers down in the Graves County area and Lyon County to help out some storm damage victims. And we're trying as hard as we can to get through all your photos and your videos. There's quite a few of them, but we appreciate all the photos and videos sent our way to mine, Noah's, Trent's, even the WPSD Facebook page, and also our Twitters as well. So I'm just looking here real fast.
Lost home west of Benton. I get married in less than 12 hours. Lost everything.
Yeah, I did see that.
Abigail, I'm so sorry to hear that.
And she also mentioned that if she wasn't at her rehearsal dinner, things could have been a lot worse for her and her fiance. So Abigail, we are very happy that you and your fiance and your families are safe. Let's see here.
Couple of things while you're reading that. You can stay on, Kaylee. I'm just going to read off a couple of. You have to remember, we've got a mass amount of things to get across, and this is a natural disaster in our newsroom, and our news team is going to be doing everything they can this weekend to clearly communicate everything. But just going to power through a few things here. In Lyon County, if you're listening, Lyon County, there is a shelter set up at the Convention Center at Lee South Jones Park. That's in Lyon County. There is damage in Lyon County. The Moores area, I'm told, is, and this is a quote, completely gone. That's the Moores area. Kentucky Ave and Sherwood have extreme damage. Tremendous amounts of 911 calls. This tornado was deadly in Arkansas. It was at least deadly to some degree already in our northwest Tennessee areas of Obion County. And unfortunately, there could be more. We'll see. We hope not. In Mayfield. I know that there is still an active search going on there. But
hey, Noah, real fast, we got some more updates on our, you can also follow us on our WPSD Facebook page. This was posted a couple minutes ago. The Gibson Electric Membership Corporation has reported 68 total power outages, and over 5,000 homes are without power, and that spans from Kentucky all the way to Tennessee. So we have a lot of people without power for tonight and tomorrow morning. I guess it is the morning now. So if you folks happen to have power and you know someone who doesn't, and you're able to get them safely to your home, bring them to your home. It's been a very devastating night. A lot of people lost their homes, lost their vehicles. Like Jack Kane said, it was a war zone, what it looked like down in Mayfield. So a lot of people definitely hurt for tonight, and our thoughts and prayers go out with them and their families. And we're also still waiting to hear what all is going on at the candle factory down there in Mayfield as well. We're hoping and praying that we have more rescues rather than the other alternative. And we also have a comment from Cassie who says there's so much damage in Sandburg. We also have a lot of damage for the Princeton areas. So a lot of people to our south did see a lot of damage from that tornado moving through earlier tonight. Is Mayfield in the clear now, or do we still need to watch out?
Mayfield's in the clear,
I'd say Mayfield's in the clear, yeah. Actually, most of us, we still have a few. Hey, John, can you take graphics full real fast just to show what everyone's seeing right now? So, still some of us under a tornado watch, Western Kentucky and Northwest Tennessee.
I'll talk while I'll move around while Kaylee's doing this if you can, John. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, so we still have that tornado watch in parts of Western Kentucky and Northwest Tennessee. But right now, no, if you can zoom into Northwest Tennessee where that tornado warning is to your east.
There you see the watch goes till 5, but
yes.
Yeah. So as Kaylee was just telling you, we'll hit that warning here in a second. Mm-hmm. This is the last line. So the entire area, make this crystal clear so people can go off to bed in peace. The entire area outside of this small itty-bitty line approaching Katie's and Dawson Springs, you're done, you're in the clear, there's no more storms, we're good to go. This will be it. And even this, the chances are very minute, very small, but we're not going to leave anything to go unwatched tonight. And the tornado watch is being allowed to expire further out to the west, which you see that. There is no more tornado watch from Cape to Vienna. The tornado watch is canceled from Paducah to Mayfield. If you're going out in the morning, all right, let's do this update quick, then we'll do a wrap up. Just wanted to make sure we were going to come on here to make sure you all were aware that things are winding down. Because I know we were off for a little bit because everybody was asking about it. So outside of that, which is very small chance, we're pretty good. We're in good shape at this point of the night. There's not going to be anything more that forms. The cold front's on its way through to clear all this out. But in terms of Nashville, certainly something here to keep an eye on. That's approaching Davidson County in Middle Tennessee. That's approaching Clarksville. Let's zoom in a hair more. And then we'll see where our other supercell was. Yeah, Ashland, Dixon under the gun for that. Ashland City for sure. Nashville's had their fair share of nocturnal tornadoes the past few years, at least Middle Tennessee has. That's going to cross over Interstate 24, probably passing south of Springfield. Closer to our area, some heavy rain in Fort Campbell. That's the radar site there. Some rain in Hopkinsville. But let me show you the velocity here of our little band just to give you some peace of mind, because I know a lot of you are asking and looking for it. So some peace of mind for you here. We'll start at the top, and I'll power through this real quick. Dawson, yes, there is green and red on here. I don't think that's rotation. It's just the wind switching directions because there's colder air coming in. So Dawson Springs, good. Looking through here, we're pretty good. Yeah, there's some gusty wind in through here. The brighter pockets of green for sure. Katie's, brighter green for sure, but we're looking good there. So to recap, before we close you off for the night, the governor is going to speak at 4 o'clock Central Time. That will be on, I believe, on our TV over the air and probably the web and or social as well. So be on the lookout for that. The news comes on in the morning at 7:30. There will be coverage and updates throughout the weekend and into next week. In terms of Mayfield, if you're going out in the morning or anywhere that was in the path, I know this might sound trivial, or maybe it doesn't. Make sure you wear good stuff on your feet. Jack in our photog just on the way to Mayfield had a flat tire from the glass even outside the city. I mean, there's debris that was picked up and lofted even far a ways from where the actual funnel was on the ground. In terms of a track, I don't have it saved. We haven't made a graphic for it yet. This started outside of Jonesboro, Arkansas. It tracked up through Cooter. It went through Arbard-ish. It went through southern Lake County. Tiptonville got hit. It hit Casey, Kentucky. Then it hit Mayfield. It kind of paralleled 69. It missed Benton. Let's zoom in and show you the end there near Benton. But this was what it was in Mayfield. If you missed it in real time, just show you that. I mean, yeah, we're off the chart here. Yeah, I mean, you can see. I mean, you'd add this wind with the other wind. This is going to be an EF4. The classification is relevant at this point. It's going to be one of the longest and strongest, both for here and in the United States history. That we can tell you. So just a couple of takeaways here. Make sure you protect your feet in the morning. We're pretty close to sounding the all clear for the night. In fact, we can probably go ahead and do that. We'll monitor this just in case for the next few minutes, but we should be good. Tornado watches are expiring. There's no more severe weather. The weekend's going to be good. It's clearing. It's much colder. We're not done with the warmth yet. It's going to be back to 70 next week on Wednesday. There could be another cold front at the end of next week. We'll worry about that later. Help each other out. Remember that there's glass everywhere. There's debris everywhere. Again, do not drive and touch power lines. I know that this is one of those things that's repeated all the time. We're going to repeat it. Don't drive and touch the power lines. Watch your kids, your pets. There's power lines down galore. Even where the tornado did not specifically track, we had 107-mile-an-hour wind gust in Graves County, separate from the actual tornado. In terms of other notable things for you, there is a shelter set up at the convention center in Lyon County. For those of you in that area of Lyon County, we do have the shelter at Mayfield High. For those of you in the morning, just some final thoughts here. So Mayfield High, there's a shelter there. There's shelter at Lee S. Jones Park in Lyon County at the convention center. The Moores area is, I guess, gone or close to gone. Mayfield certainly hardest hit. We've got power out for many. The governor speaks at 4. We'll have that streaming. You guys can all hear that. It'll be replaying on the news tomorrow. Let me see. Got a bazillion messages. Make sure there's nothing else that's worth mentioning to all of you while you're on here.
I'm watching them.
Let's see. Making sure we didn't miss anything. Yeah, we're going to have to go through a lot here. So I'm going to look at some of your last comments real quick, if anybody has anything. Everybody try to get some sleep. The scenes in the morning are going to be horrific. Let's all jointly extend prayers for everybody that's been impacted just 2 weeks before Christmas. I mean, there's homes that have been leveled or destroyed across over a 100-mile path in our area. We don't have estimates of, people are asking when's power coming back. I know from Princeton, I did see in Princeton, I can read that to you. As another final thought, just making sure we cross our T's and dot our I's with info for this night, and we'll pick up our coverage in the morning. No more tornado warnings, by the way. Murray, you're in the clear, yes. There will be many ways we can help the people and residents of Mayfield. We'll be, I'm sure, setting up something or doing a whole bunch of stuff. You will, of course, be notified of that, how you can help. So in terms of Princeton, this is from the utility company in Princeton, Kentucky. Power is out. We are aware. We do not anticipate that power will be restored tonight. So those of you in the Princeton area, we do not anticipate the power will be restored tonight. There's tremendous damage in the area of Princeton. Pray for our linemen, but the update for those of you in the Princeton area is do not expect any power restoration in that area tonight. And the same is to be true if you're in Graves, Fulton, Hickman counties, and of the sort. A few of you asked about a Bowling Green in Central Kentucky update. Here it is. If you can believe it, this is going to be something that is studied and reminisced for a very long time. I believe this is the remnants of that supercell, which are finally dying, finally going away.
The one that started in Arkansas,
The one
correct?
that started in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Yeah.
So that moved through 4 states, 3 states? Either way, it was a very...
it'll be a quad state tornado, right? Yeah. Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, and now it'll end in Kentucky. But one final look. We haven't checked this. Just want to make sure we don't leave you. Because I know storm anxiety is super high, as it should be. Madisonville area. Quick check of the velocity. Yeah, we're good. This is just some gusty winds. Wanted to give everybody peace of mind before we go off to bed for the night. Nortonville, good. All this is good as well. Shouts to all of our local EMS, fire, everybody here behind the scenes, Trent, Kaylee,
Noah.
Everybody who had any hand in helping people. There's no doubt that I'm glad at least the warnings were heeded. Hopefully we saved, hopefully the National Weather Service warnings, hopefully all of this got out good. But unfortunately, there is a lot more that has to come out of the path of this tornado, and it's going to be days and weeks until we close it. For some people, this book will never close. The way it's impacted their lives with families that have lost life. For power restoration, check your provider's Facebook page. It's good advice. You're welcome, Mary. Bryant Law Center. Is that Mark Bryant on here or somebody from the Bryant Law Center? My guess is it's going to be about a 225-mile tornado. I haven't had time to look at that yet, but in terms of the radar analysis, the strength of this, it will take days and maybe even over a week for the Weather Service in Paducah to survey the damage and to assess, because remember, that's how the official rating will come out, is off of the damage. But in terms of a preliminary estimate, because a lot of people are asking, off of the radar, off of this signature, which, I mean, this is in a list that is a list above a list above a list of tornadoes in the entire country, without a doubt. I want to show you the velocity. That was how it looked, by the way, and there's many more photos we'll share tomorrow. This here, the net, I've got it saved on my phone. The rotation here, at one point, the rotational velocity was insane. I can't even remember it. The rotational in knots was over 100 knots at one point. And the TDS height, which is the height of the debris, got to about 35,000 feet, which, I mean, just think about that. It's higher than you fly in a commercial plane. The debris was lofted that high. which would indicate somewhere in the EF4 plus range. So, but again, there's no need to get bogged down in that. The people's lives have been changed and impacted. That's the important thing. But if you are curious, this will be a 200-plus mile track. At one point, and that's what the rating will end up being once it's probably compiled, is somewhere in the upper echelon EF4, EF5 tornado. We're good for tonight. There goes the rain. Kaylee, that's pretty much all we got tonight. Just wanted to make sure we made everybody have some peace of mind before we go off to bed. So I think we're good now. You're going to be here in the morning?
Yes. We'll have the latest on Local 6 Saturday starting in about 4 hours. We're going to start with today's show cut-ins around 6 o'clock, 6:15, and then join us around 7:27 tomorrow, this morning actually. We'll have the latest on the storm damages and what it looked like out there, and also what to expect for the rest of the weekend. So we're not sounding the all clear yet. We're still tracking just a little bit. However, things are slowly starting to wind down, and we still have that tornado watch in parts of the Local 6 area, mainly our eastern half of western Kentucky and still into parts of northwest Tennessee. So things are not over yet. However, things really are looking to wind down.
So I think right now, probably good to sign